Hello and greetings on yet another Devs and Hodlers meeting number 88. Welcome. It's Thursday evening, 6 p.m. As always, we are here. It's kind of crowded over here. My name is Mikołaj. With me, we got Przemek, we got Orłoś, and two of the other devs, Bartek and Bartek. One of them is Citral, and the main one is Morgar. You might know them from the platform. Hello, guys.
Hi everyone.
And as always, we recommend you to go over to bigshortbets.com and, like, subscribe, go follow us everywhere. Join our Telegram groups, one in Polish, the other one in English. Go to a Twitter page called Big Short Bets, over 31,000 followers already. Also, the supporting profiles, Big Short Bets family and Big Short Bets news. And as we are in the news, I got some random news in random coordination over here. One of them, obviously, one of my favorite tweets this week from Big Short Bets is don't play with liquidity, kids. Obviously, there is a pattern here with Luna, UST, and everything going on with Celsius and Voyager, and also FTX. If you want to go over for more conversation and more news about it, you should go and follow some groups on Big Short Bets platform. It's very easy to join. You just click over here on the bigshortbets.com. You go to the tools section and you're gonna find a sandbox store address over here. You can obviously go with mobile version, desktop version, and Tor version. You got all the information on how to do it in some easy steps. You got tutorials on our YouTube page and more information about the recent actualization, updates, and releases. So yeah, that's one of the news. A lot of going on, a big bloodbath going on the crypto market. Have you lost, or maybe have you shorted? Have you shorted on Bitcoin, or maybe on Ethereum, or maybe other stuff? Or did you make a bank run for your crypto currencies from your... I mean, this is a very good lesson for everyone. Keep your money in your wallet, not on the goddamn FTX, right?
Yeah, so exactly. I mean, we can see the pattern over here. So even though if it started out with Luna and UST, it was the first when the Bitcoin started dropping, we can see that we could say money started to outflowing from the ecosystems and so on. And the first one to hit, it was Luna UST. It was so unstable. They had liquidity issues because the liquidity on the exchanges and on in their main liquidity pool couldn't handle all the yielded UST that has been produced and has been overinflated. This liquidity couldn't handle it, and that's why when there was sell-off on the both sides, the whole system just collapsed, crashed heavily. The same stuff has been going with the Celsius. Celsius has withdrawal problems because their balance sheet didn't match up, and the actual numbers that was represented by for example, some tokens or others that has been into account hasn't been really covered. Another one, the Voyager, it had the same stuff. Recently, also the Genesis from the DCG group. The same group as, for example, Grayscale is rapidly halted with withdrawals, and the same goes with the FTX collapse. It was the same pretty much stuff because most of their balance sheet that they reported that they have coverage for the funds, it was actually the FTX token, which was illiquid. What it means illiquid? Illiquid, it means that the actual amount of FTT tokens that FTX has was higher than the actual the amount in the currently in circulation. So even though if they wanted to, it would be no liquidity to just sell it. The pool was too small to put all the tokens that the FTT had. And when the market saw that, you know, it responded in a crash, basically in a huge sell-off, because it means basically there has been no coverage. And while the FTT token started dropping down, so the balance sheet of the FTX was shrinking as well, because if there was like 60% or something of FTT token on the balance sheet of FTX, if this big portion of the balance sheet was shrinking, the whole balance sheet was shrinking, and up to the point when now FTX is filling up the Chapter 11 for the bankruptcy. So yeah, but it's all liquidity issues. It's all liquidity issues. It's all basically a scam approach, because you try to sell enough tokens and you don't have space, don't have the opportunity to sell them, to sell the tokens, and this creates more problem. But the worst part of it, I think the worst part of it is when the player as big as FTX collapses, you have just huge cascade, because you have many projects that had fund on FTX, or maybe they had FTT token in their reserves, maybe make some deals and stuff like that. There are many projects that FTX invest in. So you have these strings of connections with the multiple projects and around the ecosystems, various ecosystems, mostly on Solana, but not only. And those connections affect each other. Maybe they had projects found on FTX, because reportedly, I think, but I don't know if this confirmed, but the probably part of the deal that, for example, FTX invested in you, part of the deal was that your the project funds was actually kept on FTX. So the FTX came to you and say, hey, we'll give you like 1 million, 500,000, 2,000K for the development and so on. But the whole the whole treasury that you have, other than liquidity pool on the DEVS, you're gonna keep on our platform on the FTX exchange. And because of that, when FTX collapsed, they don't have access to the funds. So one by one, we can see now that those projects affected, for example, BlockFi recently filed for bankruptcy. So it's another lender.
Yeah.
And I think there will be Genesis as well. Genesis is one of the biggest ones. It's like, we are talking like the big boys, like it's at the FTX scale, because if you are in the same group as a Grayscale, you can expect that these are numbers. Those numbers aren't millions. Those are like billion like segment. And they halted withdrawals because they as well have liquidity issues. So you can see there's a huge lack of trust right now in the ecosystem. Like people, I heard that actual ledger sales skyrocketed. It's like the prices, I don't know if the prices went already up, but the actual sell skyrocketed, as well as the actual volume on the decentralized exchange, especially on the Uniswap for the first time. Maybe not for the first time, but it's not usual that the volume on the Uniswap is higher than the volume on the centralized exchange. This is something unusual, but this is something what happened recently. I saw the numbers. So yes, we can see that we can see that now, like the centralized exchange, like you can get scammed. So basically, people are trying to switch to this, we could say, more custody option, and this create a huge opportunity for us, and I'm really optimistic about it, because basically, if they're trying to switch to custody, bigshortbets is a solution. So we could say that there's a huge market opportunities for us as well. Right now, the market shifts, and we could say that the smell after the FTX collapse will be long lasted. We don't know what will be the actual effects and the actual aftermath after the collapse, because we basically don't know it. We don't know which project has these had the funds on the FTX, or maybe some other connection that caused them that they basically got into trouble. We still don't know the numbers, but the list is pretty long, I think, especially on the Solana ecosystem and so on. So yeah, I expect that market won't recover anytime soon. I'm not talking about the price and so on, because there might be some right now when people pull it off pull out the stuff from the exchange. So the liquidity on the order book, liquidity on the exchanges is much more smaller. And so if the liquidity is smaller, it is much more easier to pump or dump the price, because if the liquidity is small, so you need much less capital to make big moves. So you can it can go either they can scam pump to like cut off all the shorters, or maybe they can just make a dump because there's not much needed to do so. So we are just this in the weird phase of the market, but yeah, I think the market will recover as always, but I love to see, the only missing point is just Sailor getting margin called on like 13K or something like that. So after that, we could say that the market will be cleansed from the over leveraged positions and so on. And this is the point when we can like start a new cycle of the Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. But this is something what is missing. We need to like cleanse all the market from the leverages, because the project were over leveraged, the lending protocols were over leveraged on, for example, the positions, they were hedging the assets or over leveraged positions in the lending protocols. And so on. So this is like never-ending circle. The multiple connections. We could say it is like crypto market right now is like domino, and the big one just fold, FTX just fold, and we can see this one by one. They just falling out, and that's why for example, CZ is right now making this huge fund, recovery fund. The main reason for that is the first one is to buy off the cheap projects, but the second one is just to stop them, just to stop, like put a wall of the money and just stop this falling bricks, because it might cause much more damage in the market. But this is my opinion. I hope you like.
Okay, thank you for the insight. I got a few more news. One of them might be a consequence of what might happen, because one of the consequences might be who knows, some kind of legislation from the US Congress. We had elections last week. Republicans took over the lower parliament of the Congress, US Congress, the House, losing. They still didn't have the Senate. There might be some the shifts of power, as you can read, might have some consequences on that, obviously. But on the other hand, there are another elections in 2 years, and obviously this one is going to be congressional as well, but also the presidential. And Donald Trump announced he's running for the president in 2024. There might be some stuff going on in the next incoming 2 years. Also, with Republicans in the House, who knows? They already announced that they will make an investigation around Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Other than that, still keeping in United States, Berkshire Hathaway entered the TSMC with a big money of $4.1 billion investing, as you see, the Warren Buffett's group into the technology industry. You can read more about it at the bigshortbets.io. Here you can click it, join the platform, and read more from our insiders, from our hodlers on the platform. Last news from the Black Sea, as you know, there was a G20 meeting, and also United Nations was there. They agreed to extend the deal between Ukraine and Russia on the Black Sea grain export. And that's one of the news if you're investing in the classic market. That may be some interesting information for you, and you will find more of it on the platform itself. You got all the links on the bigshortbets.com. If you need some help, there are instructions. They are easy to find. Just go over to our YouTube page and subscribe. Other than that, we're gonna go over to our devs. We're gonna give them some space over here. As you see, there is a bets launch on ICP blockchain and a solution design in our title this time. So guys, Przemek, Morgar, and Citral, over to you guys. We are all ears. The stage is yours.
Yes, actually, today we have a few more, maybe not few more top topics, but one more topic from Przemek about the video feature on our platform. We want to add it in the nearest future. So I think we're gonna start with that topic. Then we're gonna go. Then I'm gonna show you my screen. I'm gonna show you a diagram how our ICP topic go, and then we can discuss and answer for the questions from you. So Przemek, if you can go now with your presentation. I heard you.
All right.
Something for
Yeah.
us.
All right. So as always, I have a diagram here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Are you showing it?
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm fixing some. But the diagram is here. Yeah. Just the faces are incoming.
Yes.
All right. All right. So tonight I wanted to talk with you about baits and attachments related to baits like videos and others. For a quick reminder, this is how the bait looks on our platform when you go to the public site where you are not logged in. So if you see this, log in to see the whole bait, to be able to read not just these few words, but the whole content of it. And I wanted to provide you a brief information about what is a bait. So it, as you can see, it consists of a title. A user can add hashtags, as you can see there, for example, crash, FTX, crypto, and others, and the description, which we can't see in there because we were not logged in, and many others. So, but to get things even more spicy and sexy, we provide you functionality to attach files to the bait, because everyone likes to see a fancy image or maybe a spreadsheet where you do your calculations or whatever. So a file on our platform has a name, size, and of course content. And to get more technical, content of a file is what is the content of a file? It's a binary data, and to be able to store it efficiently on a database and to send it from the client in a secure way to our backend with erasing all of the metadata from a file, we use base64 format. So we use it to send these files over the network to ensure all of these things. And this base64 format, what it basically does, it transforms your text into form of these things. So for example, as you can see there, bigshortbets becomes this string of text. And so yeah, it's not a new thing. I think it's from 80s or something. So it's tested and broadly used around the world. And so that is why we've chosen it. And for now, you were able to upload these kinds of files like TXT, PDF, PNG, JPEG, and others. And we are happy to announce that from the nearest future, you will be able to add video, MP4, so PCM files also. But to get you a very brief understanding of how it is done under the hood, let's talk about something called meme types. So it's again something to ensure compatibility and security of data in our application, because we want to trust the user to provide an extension of the file themselves, but we want to double check if the file is in a correct format for other users not to get fooled by some trolls. And so, for example, as you can see there, meme type text plain is a txt file, application PDF is a PDF file, image PNG is a PNG file. And how we do it is we use a Python magic pip package. So it's basically package for file type identification, where it reads 2048 bytes from a file to determine its type. So yeah, I think it's not that complex, but in a brief short, that is how we are handling our files based on our platform. And from the nearest future, you will be able to see videos on Bates. So what would you guys say about that?
Yeah,
It's great. It's
Hello?
great. Really.
Yeah, guys, you need to imagine that we are going, type by type, because we would like to introduce more things, and as well, if you remember, in the future, we would like to use the blockchain to store it and let's say make sure that your data there is secured, right? So it's not easy just put everything there, and in the same time, and just not be able to just secure that, right? So this is why we are taking this seriously. And yeah, and I think that it's a big step, because from this part it allows you to just create your content video, for example, on the platform, right? And as long we will prepare the good way to just serve and just store, and let's say we quickly just serve this information, maybe there will be dash requests like you have on the YouTube, and maybe future it will be very similar, like it's working on in the different platforms, right? We are going for the same functions that you have on other platforms, but we would like to make sure that we are a little bit different, right? We are secured, and we are and we would like to make sure that you will be using that to share anything that you can find there, right? Of course, there's few things about things like the copyrights and anything like that, but of course it will be in the hands of the community. And yeah, and in this case, I think we will just introduce the ways like community will cleanse itself in the future, right? But let's say like that, the video is a quick big scope, because right now it's more static, and right now you will be able to just show, let's say maybe somebody will, instead of just photo of the plants or maybe factories, will show the, let's say, video how it's everything just that doesn't work, right? And yeah, and I think that it will be more let's say, like the videos and the photos more sometimes a little better explains the situation than the text or the and so I think that it's a good thing to just show, for example, because if you look for, I'm quite surprised, because if maybe that in the past we have information about the border of Polish border crisis, we had some information about the crisis with the second lockdown in China, and there was always some pictures, right? But you cannot see the tensions, you cannot see the emotions, and this is how bad the situation is on the photo, right? It's just a blink of the eye of the situation, but without any sounds and things, right? To correctly, let's say, assess the situation, you need to hear and see the body language, right? The tone of the voice of the people, to make sure that, and then you can assess that, okay, there's a group of people, but you can see that they are scared, right? They are, for example, angry, or they would like to just do something bad, or they just collect in the one place and they are standing there calmly, right? So I'm thinking that the video, if it will be in the platform, will be more beneficial for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's true.
More content.
Agree.
more like content options.
Yeah,
and more
exactly.
We could
people on
say.
the platform, watching, seeing. So more content.
On
We
one
need
hand, I'm happy
more
about
people.
it, but on the other hand, I can see how this could be exploited
Yeah,
in a ways that we don't want it to happen.
obviously. Yeah, that's
That's true, but community have mechanisms to take care about it. Always can mark that user as a troll or something like this.
Okay,
yeah.
so we're gonna test it in action, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be tested very fast.
But or what you don't want to use it as you say, in that way.
He's gonna make a troll account and go.
Yeah.
I mean that like
Wild.
the trolls. I don't have to like. I expect that trolls gonna do what they're gonna do. I expect that there are a couple of trolls on the platform, so they're gonna have their chance, like they're having on our, for example, Telegram channels. Sometimes they need to
Yeah. Agreed.
clean up
Yeah.
in the
So-
in the chat. So I expect that the same stuff will happen. So, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. We are
It
still in the
is.
sandbox. We are testing everything. We can see how the stuff is gonna work out for us. For example, how it's actually if the functions like do what they have to do. So yeah. Stress
Sorry,
test.
Mikołaj, I'll mess with your Windows.
Yeah, do something with it. I mean, either close one of the streams and we can go.
Oh, sorry.
I have
Yeah,
one question, Przemek, before we start the next topic. Is there any differences between baits in the main page and the groups? It's the function that you are just presented that the video will be available for groups as well, or there is in a, let's say, delay, or it will be included as well in the groups?
Yes, I think it will be available to groups also as soon as it's released to the main branch of our application. So when it appears on our main page, it will be in groups also.
Okay.
Good to know that, because I know that the
That's
people
good.
sometimes they are treating that as a separate functions, but you need to remember
Mhm.
the debates for groups. Of course, they are in the groups, but still they have the same functions, right, and the same options. So
Yeah.
yeah. But you can see, right? The groups as well will be beneficial in this way, right? But of course, the limit of the file will remain, right, for videos, right, up to 5 megabytes per bait.
Up to 5 megabytes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's gonna be a really short one, I guess.
We'll see.
Well
Maybe.
compressed.
So trolls don't have the place in the don't have like place to or lens to to troll more.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, we're gonna go over to your presentation. There you go. Looks like
Yes,
a physics test.
Yes. I'd like to cover our main topic today, which is the ICP internet use case solution, and what that diagram show you right now. You can think about about this like three boxes. Like first of all, the top one is the wallet or your accounts, what you can use to connect the ICP account with our platform. Second one is the ICP blockchain. Is their canister is our it's the place where we deploy our contract, our token. In Deep20 it's standard is the similar like ERC20 on Ethereum.
Mhm.
And a third one is our platform, bigshortbets platform, like you can see in the middle. So as a user, like you can see, you need to have a wallet. You can create a wallet before, or you can create wallet straight from our platform to go to that plugins and import that wallet to our platform, because we need to match you with your Ethereum wallet. What that means, like it's not the same addresses. Like you have address on Ethereum, it starts, I don't know, with 0 or something like this. And you have address on ICP. We need to match that to addresses, but we don't want to create a wallet or something like this because we don't want to be a owner of your private keys. So we're gonna give you a chance, an option to create a wallet straight from our platform, or just create a wallet before if you want. You can use, as you can see, like you can use Ledger, you can use Plug Wallet is the like maybe not the main, but one of the best projects on ICP, and you can use internet identity. This is like a main thing what main wallet, main account what ICP cover. So you can use that free wallets, free accounts to import your address, your ICP address to our platform. Then we're gonna we're gonna share you the app, the DApp, with for now only one options what calls mind, because you want to you're gonna have you can mind your bets if you own, of course, bigshortbets. So on our front end, you can use the option mind. That mind options goes to our backend. Our backend takes care about any requests about how many bigshortbets you have. We're gonna check how many bigshortbets you have. Of course, if you don't have anything, you can still click mind or something like this, or we're gonna add a validation on our front end to cover this option. So if you don't have any of bigshortbets, you can you can click mind in our DApp, but for now, in this solution, like you can use that option if you don't have any bigshortbets. That gets baby get bets daily amount will be 0, and you gonna and send 0 to you, so you don't have any they don't send you the canister don't send you any bets because you don't have bigshortbets. Like this is like a main thing what I want to say right now. So I want to talk about the what we already have, because this is like our solution what we want to create on ICP, after in that first step. But I want to talk about what we got right now, what we still need to cover, and maybe I don't want to speak about the time. The time is maximum. What I can say is 2 months, but we want to cover this a lot faster. So how is going on? We already deploy our canister in a DEEP20 standard. As I said, DEEP20 standard is the similar or the same standard or the ICP network what is Ethereum standard, ERC20. You can check that the document like you have here. It's ethereum.org, and you can check the methods and events what that standard provides. I think Przemek covered this topic on our last devs and hodlers or something like this. So you can check our previous videos, and Przemek explained this really well. So the same method, the same events, and you have examples here are covered on ICP on our IC blockchain. So but they call it a DEEP20 standard. So we deploy our contract in that standard and on their canister, because on ICP they called the places when you want to deploy any contract or something like this, it's called canisters. So on their canisters with methods what we need, and that current canister are already communicate with our backend. So that's I can say that 2 of 4 functionalities or steps are covered right now by us. So we prepared our backend, we prepared our canister. Now what we want to do, what we need to do, it's called our front end and integration with DEVS. So so as I said, we are with the cooperation with the ICP. So we don't have like I don't know 1 year or something like this. We still have maybe not agreement or but we agree to some term of time. It's maximum 2 months to cover that functionality on and integration with our app. But I think we can do this faster. So I can say like halfway is behind us. So I think the worst part is behind us. Now we need to work with integration with Ledger, plug vault in an internet identity, then cover that functionalities on our application, and we're gonna give you that functionality in future releases for you to at first to test, then release this on the mainnet.
Roger that.
Great to hear that. Bartek, there's one question from the chat. What's happened with the bets if you don't mint them in a day, during the day, right? And you'll wait, for example, 3, 4, 5 days. And what will be the cost of the minting of tokens on the ICP?
The cost is zero. The ICP have really nice solutions to give you zero cost transactions. So the cost of mining will be zero. But if you don't mine your bets in 24 hours, they're gonna lost. Like they're gonna burn.
It's like in the MMORPG game where you have to climb some kind of special tokens. If you don't climb them, they'll be waiting for you with. Just one.
If I can be honest, yeah. If I can be honest, right? We would like to use these bets to just, let's say, program our community to just open every day the bigshortbets platform, because it's more like a daily activity that you are going there and just claiming your tokens, and as well you're reading useful information there, right? So yeah, I know that is the disadvantage of that, but let's say this is the bets, it's the utility token. So it's not for people that doesn't care about the community, that doesn't care about the content. This is for users that would like to use a lot our platform to help them to use with the better solutions and functionalities on the platform, right? So why we need to gratitude, they give them for free tokens. I mean, not for free, but allow them to mint the token if they doesn't care about the platform itself, right? This is for people who are using the platform and they are part of this platform, this community, right? So as long as you are daily basic user of the platform, you will be able to collect every tokens, right? So yeah, this works like that. And what else about the token? And the ACP is a little bit different because ACP protocol force creators and the owners of the canisters to pay for the transactions. This means that every interaction with the canisters creates the pulse. Pulse is paid in ACP tokens. So it means that we are responsible for paying for your transactions, right? But it's a lot of, it's quite cheap, let's say like that. And we don't afraid of that. And let's say this is something that we decided that it will be better because the utility tokens needs to be easy and without any cost and, let's say disadvantages available for you because it's your tokens for your platform and for your utility inside the platform, right? So this is why we don't want to expose you to more cost or anything that it stands behind that, right? Of course, if it will be on a Ethereum blockchain, then you will need to pay for everything. But we decided that it's not a good idea for a utility token on the platform, right? You need to remember that it's the token that will be used for paid for baits, for paid for the fees, like for example, for creating new paid baits, or maybe fees for the market as well, creating maybe, or maybe I don't want to explore everything, but there will be few things that needs to be happened with those tokens, right? So yeah, so you need to have those tokens to do a few things on the platform. The people who are hodlers, they are just creating those tokens. So there is nothing for team, right? You can see that there's, if you can see, this is only who has the tokens can mint the tokens. And you can easily just see that you will be responsible for for demand and supply levels of these tokens to the platform, right? So it will be quite interesting that, for example, somebody wants to do something, for example, create a paid bait, and there will be some tokens needed for that. And somebody who is hodler can sell, for example, those tokens to the user who would like to create just one bait and just disappear from the platform, right? So I think the very interesting scenario. But like I said, right, main goal is that to create a utility token that is in your hands and it's your tool and it's in your power, right? It's not we are responsible for bigshortbets token, but bets, they are for you as a tool, right? As a things that you can use on a platform and just show that you are the part of the community and you as well create that and create the value inside of this community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true. As you can see on the screen, the bets is already in the plug wallets. Of course, that's the first test version of the token, but we already use a construct. We add the new token, and you can see it in the plug wallets. Is like I said, it's like a one of the biggest wallets on IC blockchain.
As well, if you imagine that there's a lot of questions, why will you just create the token on an ICP? Of course, I already covered the cast part, but if you follow the ICP tried to be, let's say, like hub all the blockchains, and it's very easy to integrate those solutions through ICP for any private blockchains, like for example, any sub blockchains like ours, or for example, they already just have some testing implementations, and I know that they would like to just deploy the bridge to the Ethereum network. Currently, they have already running bridge for Bitcoin. So we're quite surprised that if we will be part of this community and we will, let's say, go correctly with the course of the actions and the functions from these tokens, maybe bets will be the cross-platform token that it's bridged to the Bitcoin and the whole Ethereum network. I think that it's quite a big advantage, right, for us, and I think that it's something that will be all of you. So yeah, I'm looking forward for all the new things that the ACP just preparing, and you can see that we can use some solution that they prepared without doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to use our programmers and our time and resources to just do something that will increase the value of the project itself, right? So I think that it's good news as well.
Amazing. If you have any other questions, we're gonna stay here for a few more minutes. It's 10 minutes till 7 p.m. So if you have anything to add, guys, from the chat, this is your time to do so. If not, we're gonna be wrapping it up. As you know, we are always here every week, 6 p.m. Central Europe time. And, you know, just go over to the platform, be with us, stay with us, leave a thumbs up if you liked the show, subscribe to be up to date. So, because every like 1 or 2 days before we announce another live stream, DEVS and HODLERS meeting. So this one was number 88. We are going slowly up to 100 live streams, and we're gonna get there next year. How many live streams are there? We got entire November and December. Yeah, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, it's gonna be next year though, sometime in January or February. I got it ready here. I'm gonna check it out for you. If you have some questions, this is the time for you.
There's also a small announcement on Tuesday. We're gonna have bigshortbets gonna release some report on the Tether. We're gonna have it ready probably if nothing changed. The date is internally confirmed that on Tuesday we're gonna have a stream in Polish on Tether. What are the connections and and the malversations nice. and what basically what's happening with Tether, all the details, and maybe not some high, but it's gonna be some knowledge that you actually can find yourself on the internet. But it's really hard to find all the stuff in one place. So we gather all the information that we have on Tether that's running on social media and put
so it's gonna be posted
on
on the platform, report. Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be posted on the platform, but we also gonna have the stream, like the whole
Cool.
stream that is gonna talk in Polish about what's going on with Tether and
With
why
Tether,
it's gonna
okay.
collapse.
Good. So the live stream number 100 is going to be on 9th of February next year. So we are slowly getting there. 12 more streams to go, including this one. And yeah, guys, go over to this live stream. When it's gonna happen? Next week, you said?
Yeah, next week Tuesday.
Okay. So we are on Thursday and they are on Tuesday. So we're gonna see you guys next week. If you have anything to add, go to the platform, make your bait, join the groups, start the conversation. We are waiting for you over there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.